When I do have destinations that are nearby Cleaver, I have to take alternate winding routes around because I just don't feel safe.
I really want to cycle in my city, but I often feel really unsafe. I live by one of the most dangerous streets in the city.
This is really important to me as a parent for the safety of my kids, if they can get around town.
As a Black woman who grew up in Kansas City, born and raised here, I have watched at this point in my life both of my parents pass away from illnesses that were preventable with simple things like exercise and better eating. And so not only is it important for us to connect our communities, but as a Black woman, it's important for me for the health of our community.
We would love the two sections of trail to be connected, just for safety reasons. We have a little one here, and of course, riding with her, our safety is top of mind.
I think one of the things this connector would do would give people the ability to explore more of the city.
It's really important to us that the council close the gap between the Gillum bike lanes and the trolley track trail, because we bike those roads maybe if not every single day, at least every other day. And I know just from experience how dangerous biking on Emanuel Cleaver to get between the Gillum bike lanes and the trolley track trail can be.
The Gillum cycle track and the trolley track trail, both of them separately are incredible pieces of infrastructure. Connecting them opens up a world of possibilities for people to actually use bikes as active transportation.
So I use the Gillum cycle track quite a bit, take my kids to school. I use the trolley track trail quite a bit. That's how I get to the dentist. We do some grocery shopping. And the gap in between them is a bit harrowing.
So I think it's just important because we have all these bike lanes throughout the city, but they're not connected. So you're in these situations where you're protected, but then you have to figure out what to do and figuring out which streets are a little bit less traffic and a little more safer. So it's just all these things that you have to take into consideration, but just having this infrastructure support where people don't have to make those decisions every single day.
Knowing that we are so close to having this system all in place, there's so many times I've been riding, it's like, man, wouldn't it be nice if right here, and so this is our chance to do it.
I'm always a little disappointed when I need to get somewhere like UMKC and I have to cross Cleaver. Things just kind of fall apart there.
We love, love, love being able to bike her to school. We love not being able to use a car. We love having that option, and she absolutely delights in riding the bike. It's just a better way to start and end a day. Do you love riding the bike?
The fact that I have to get in my car and then drive 5 minutes to then find parking is just a little bit silly to me. And I would really love to just be able to bike to all these cool places, and right now I just can't.
So I think it's so important for safety to be able to have a connected route of trails that are not crossing with cars too often. So I think that's why it's really important that we close the gap between our trails. Thank you.
It's an easy, pretty cost-effective way to make not only biking safer, but it would also make it a lot safer for cars to drive.
So I would love for us to close that and make it a bit safer.
I'm asking you to please close that gap for everyone's safety.
So as a Black woman, as somebody who lives in 64130 with one of those low life expectancies, and as someone who has watched both of her parents pass away, I plead and ask that you give the community the things that they need to support the health. Thank you.
Please connect our trails so that it's safer for me, whether I'm walking or riding my bike.
People aren't going to ride on the streets, and they aren't going to start adopting safe cycling practices without having the infrastructure in place to encourage them to do it safely to begin with. That's the importance of connecting these trails.
And if we really want to truly have a sustainable, safe future that is, gives everyone the freedom of movement, then we need to have these trails connected, and we need to have it done swiftly and urgently with the full backing of our leadership.
And so we would ask City Council to please connect the two trails so that people like us and Emerson can get from one place to the other safely.
She has earrings.
I have earrings. Yes, I do.
And we know what the zip codes are with the lowest life expectancies. And so how do we begin to holistically look at solving the problem of the low life expectancies in some of these zip codes that are in these areas? How do I step outside of my house and go for a safe walk? How do I step outside of my house and send my daughter off on her bike?
This fall, my family actually came to Kansas City and I took them on the Gillum cycle track, which they were super excited about, to have that protected option to be on a bike since they weren't comfortable otherwise. But when we got to the end of the trail, we just turned around and went home because it didn't connect to anything. So I think if we can finalize that connector, it gives so many more people the ability to actually go to different parts of our city and feel confident in biking in Kansas City.
I would absolutely love a safe route to get to work. My work is on Gillum, and connecting across Cleaver would make that just infinitely easier.
Like, I like biking, but for other people that are kind of on the fence, this is a way for people to be more encouraged to take that step, because, you know, Kansas City is very car dominated, but this is just a right step to make our city more sustainable and healthy and kind of just affordable for everybody.
My name is Rachel Epler, and I live at 59th and Locust with my husband and 2 daughters. I have a 3-year-old here. This is Emerson, and a 3-month-old. And for the last 2.5 years, we have been taking Emerson to her childcare at 39th and Truth using the Gillum Trolley Track Trail.
My name is Mary Blair. I'm 27 years old. I live in the plaza, and I was actually very excited to hear about the plan to close the gap because I actually live so close to so many cool places in KC, but I can't actually bike to very many of them because it's just not safe for me.
Hi, my name's Sarah Murphy. I live in the Rock Hill neighborhood, so I am directly impacted by the Connect the Trails plan.
Hi, I'm Randy Mixdorf. I live in Union Hill in the Kansas City 4th District.
Hi, I'm Amanda Grimes, and I live in South Hyde Park here in Kansas City. And I'm a passionate bike commuter. I bike to work and use the Gillum cycle track.
Yeah, so my name is Layla Zaidi, and I live in the 3rd District in the historic Northeast in Pendleton Heights.
My name's Patricia Carter, and I live in South Kansas City, Missouri. And I use Kansas City trails for biking, walking my dog, visiting local businesses.
My name is Ellen Schwartz. I live in Brookside in Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm Nicoya Helm, and I live and work downtown, and I'm really happy that I work at 13th and Oak, which is basically where the trail is close to where the Gillum Trail starts. I love having that as a corridor where I can safely ride.
So my name is Denisha Snell. I am a resident of the 5th District of Kansas City. I was also born and raised in the 5th District, so I'm still living in the same district where I grew up.
Hello, my name's Dana Meyer, and this is...
I'm Tom Meyer.
And we live in the South Hyde Park neighborhood of Midtown Kansas City.
So my name is Lauren Allen. I live in Brookside.
My name's Ryan Mott. I live in Midtown, Old Hyde Park.
My name is Hannah Oliver, and I live in the Southmoreland neighborhood. I live actually right off Cleaver, nearby where these trails would be. And I commute around Midtown with my bike.
Yeah, my name is Trevor Acorn. I'm in Hyde Park. I've been in Kansas City for about 12 years. I'm not a cyclist. I use the cycle track periodically, but I have 3 teenage boys, and they are on the streets every day of the week.
My name's Dan Soroki, and this is Remy. I live in the Brookside area. I'm comfortable biking from my home in Brookside downtown for work, and I cross this section here, but when he gets old enough to join me on bike rides, right now I'm not comfortable taking him through the section that isn't connected by trails.
Please, connect our trails.